The second miracle is the miracle of life. Even in the bleak midwinter, there is hope. There is new life. Think about the birth of Jesus as that baby. What good could ever come of a child born under such humble circumstances? What future is there for a baby born into abject poverty? Would he ever have a life? When you look ahead, all you see are storm clouds gathering on the horizon. It does look bleak indeed. And yet we know that Jesus had a very full life, an amazing life, a life that was perhaps humbler than most, a life that was shorter than most, but a full life all the same. As a young child, he was a refugee on the road traveling to Egypt. He lived with a real family, with real siblings. He worked a real construction job. He lived in a real community. His father really died when he was very young. He had real friends. He had real enemies. He suffered real hardship. He was accused of things he really did not do. He experienced real betrayal and abandonment by those closest to him. He really was the victim of lies and conspiracy theories. He really was brutally beaten. He died a real death, a really cruel death. He was really buried in a real tomb. It was sealed with a real stone by the real Roman governor, and it was guarded by real Roman guards. But the miracle of life does not end at the tomb. On the third day, Jesus rose from the dead, for real. The evidence for the reality of the resurrection is overwhelming. The disciples saw Jesus real and alive again. The Jewish authorities, the Jewish lawyers tried to disprove it, but they could find no evidence to do so. The Roman powers that be tried to disprove it. They couldn't come up with any proof. Jesus really is alive. So the miracle of life is that no matter what we experience in our lives, Jesus understands. Do you ever feel like saying, "No one understands what I'm going through"? Well, Jesus understands because he's been there. Struggling to make ends meet? Been there. Discrimination, false accusations, betrayal? Been there. Disappointment, discouragement, rejection? Been there. Looking ahead and seeing only storm clouds on the horizon? Been there. Physical pain, facing death? Been there. Loss of loved ones? Been there. So when Jesus says to us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and carry heavy burdens, and I will give you rest," he says this as one who knows about life, who knows what weariness and heavy burdens really are, because he has really been there. So he invites us to bring all our lives, the hopes and fears of all our years, into his presence and to lay them at his feet. And when we do, we come into the presence of the one who has been there and overcome them all, the one who is alive and is with us. Jesus gives us the gift of new life, new hope, new peace, new love, new joy, new life in all of its fullness. We have a future. It's not all bleak. There's not just storm clouds. It's not all dark. Because Jesus, Emmanuel, God with us, is with us for real every moment of every day. He gives us life, new life, now and forever.